Good luck. Thank you. So I think we go all in until we get Arrogance and then stop. We're going to do 10 pulls. If we get him, I think we switch and we take our long shot at him. We also have one legendary summon. Maybe we should pop. Maybe the smart move would be to pop the legendary summon first. Because we could get him in one shot, right? And then we could. Because the legendary summons can't be used on this. So I think we pop the legendary first. Because it would suck to get him here and then use your thing and then get him again. So let's pop this one first. First try? Easy. No problem. Hey everyone, how's it going? Shuffle's back here with another video. That was a clip from yesterday's stream. So, as you can see, we did get Arrogance. I actually didn't, I decided not to post the rest of that video because the rest of it was kind of boring. We did a bunch of summons on the Captain Reeve banner, and unfortunately we got nothing after that. So, I just left the rest of it out. But we did get Arrogance, so we're going to start today, or we're going to make first video today is going to be about him. We're going to show off his gear, we're going to show off where he's useful, and kind of how I've used him so far. I am going to try, unfortunately I don't have the other two units, but I'm going to try and get my hands on them and make videos on them as well. So, I guess we start off first with his gear and his kit. He's very similar to Zillatu, who I already have geared and almost max skilled. So here's my Zillatu if you want to see her. I wish she was faster, but that's kind of what I'm aiming for outside the speed on him. This is all gear that I wasn't using on other people, so kind of the same problem is I don't have the speed. If I had the speed, I would already have it on the Zillatu. Also, he's on Broken Set on the right, and his weapon isn't quite maxed yet. So this is definitely not the most optimal build, but his stats are decent. You can see he's got 35k HP, 16,000 attack, with 94 crit, 245 crit damage. Unfortunately, only 63 speed, not quite crit capped. And like I said, Broken Set. He will get a little more attack from this and a little more defense to help tank him up a little bit. But other than that, that's kind of what I'm aiming for. I haven't really decided what set I want to go with him. I'm probably either going to go Night Terror or I'm going to go Glacier. Glacier's nice because I can build him a little tankier and he'll get the attack back from the Glacier set. The nice thing about the Night Terror set is that you can ascend it, which is always nice. Turning it into the Ageless Wrath set would be fantastic. But we'll see. Baby steps. I also don't mind the Fatality set if you can get it, but it seems to be very rare. As for his kit, I don't have many skill ups. Do a quick overview. First of all, actually, before we do that, he's got ridiculous range. So if you don't have any fighters that have range, you can see here on the right. He's got really, really good range, up to 3 tiles out in front. His A1 attacks single enemy, which pretty basic A1, don't expect too much more. Deals single target damage to enemies further away or airborne with the Demon Bow, which is nice. Its passive, for every 1 enemy killed while in Berserker stance, receive 1 attack speed. Bonus stacks from the talent. Receives 1 attack speed. Bonus stacks from the talent. When the stance ends, deals 105% AoE damage to up to 10 adjacent enemies twice, which is very nice. And then Demon Bow is other passive. Demon Bow and Demon Boomerang, 20% chance to attack 2 targets Demon Blades, 20% chance for double strikes. We'll get to his ultimate, but first his talent. Demon Bow inflicts burning on the target. Demon Blades in normal stance, 30% chance to increase hero's attack speed by 40, stacks up to 3 times for 10 seconds. And then the ultimate, Berserker Stance, attacks inflict 300% damage, increases basic attack range, uses the blade. This is also something that Zillitu has, is increases basic attack range, so very nice. Uses the blade instead when attacking enemies far away. The blade inflicts AoE damage to enemies around the main target, equal to 30% of that to the main target, along with an additional burning to all enemies damaged. This ultimate is also an auto attack, so you can't just trigger it when you want to, it just does it on its own. So what does all that mean? Long story short, he outputs a lot of damage, he inflicts burns, and he does a lot of AoE damage as well. So where can we use him knowing that he's a fighter and that he has this insane range? So I think, honestly, the answer is almost everywhere. So actually, before we do, let's take a quick look at his ratings and see what everybody else thinks. Looks like pretty much everywhere, yeah. His worst rating is going to be in AoE DPS Arena, which honestly wouldn't be terrible there. I wouldn't use him there really, but if you really wanted to, you probably could. Gear Raid 1, I'm going to show you a team with him in it. Gear Raid 2, he wouldn't be the primary unit, but you could use him to help kill the boss. And then Guild Boss. Also very good in Guild Boss, although I have no Guild Boss entries, so we're not going to be using him there. So let's start with the Gear Raids. Gear Raid 1, you guys have seen my Gear Raid 119 video, I'm sure by now. He can be used here though, and I didn't use him in the clear because I didn't have him yet. So I put him in for this auto run. I'll just show you guys the auto run so you can see it. Basically before, this run was a lot safer because I had to do the initial clear. So I was running it with the damage dealers on the left, and I had Mari on the right to slow them down and freeze them when I needed to. The difference now is that I have the buff, so now I can speed this run up, and it's much easier to slot in a bunch of damage because I don't have to worry about the heal on the right or the Mari on the right. So we put him down dead center because he hits all the way across all 3 tiles here, which is very nice. There's so much going on in this fight, it's going to be kind of hard to tell. In the end, I do put 3 fighters down in the back, just to try and make this run as fast and smooth as possible. But you could, so my initial run, I ran Mari, a healer, and Nyx on the right, instead of these 3 fighters at the bottom. Instead of the Nyx, you could run Mari and say Vortex on the right, and then you could run him in the middle down here, just to help with AoE damage. You see everybody's burning, so they're dying significantly faster. It's this guy on the left over here, and we're done. It's a pretty clean run. Keep in mind, we do have the buff there. So we look at the damage. He finishes with almost 10 million damage, so just slightly more than Zillitu. But my Zillitu has a complete set. She's almost fully skilled up, and she has she's had her gear for a while, so her gear is just better. I'm still working on his gear. And then he's out front, so he gets to actually hit everybody first. So obviously, and he's going to permanently have his ultimate. So him and the 2 AoE mages are going to be further ahead. But getting an extra 10 million damage out of your back line on that fight is really nice. Like, you see him compared to Wrath, who does AoE damage, and he did like over 3 times the damage. So it's actually, he does a really good job there. I'm really happy with him outputting 10 million damage there. The fact that he can do half what Combat's doing when really this is a dungeon made for AoE mages is actually really impressive, especially considering his gear and skill up situation. Given better gear, he would definitely, better gear and his skill ups, he would definitely do better. Alright, so moving on to Gear A2. I don't use him here, but I guess we could. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could put him into a fight. I don't know how I want to put him in here. So you'd probably just use him at the end, to be completely honest. We'd probably just use him to help clean up the boss. Really not where I wanted to put that. Hopefully this still works.
Shadows can't hide you. Let my curse work. There is no honor in death.
That's not where I want to put that either. Oh boy. Alright. Let's try this again.
Our shadows can't need a gladiator. It's not over. For our loved ones, there is no honor in death.
This run's actually really annoying to do. So I try and keep it on manual. So wait for him to just get a little bit closer. Generally wait until that flash right there. And then we need the second one to hit. And then bounce back just a little bit, because we need him to be able to roll forward again. This isn't a Decimus video, but... Let's see, they both die when they roll into him.
Let's see if they can resist my charm.
We'll throw our Vierna down. Now we gotta wait for the tank on the other side. This can be anybody, by the way, if you were wondering.
Be damned. Mother's blessings upon you. Music is a shield.
Wait, we do the same thing again. A lot of enemies here, so you want to make sure they're all in Vierna's range.
Be damned. Music will find a way.
So we actually didn't get our ultimate there off in the time there. I don't know if I can save this. I guess not. Alright, well, whatever. Guess I should have slowed it down so I could hit that in time. I did hit the Sadie ability, but apparently I just missed the timing and I hit it too late. So let's pretend that didn't happen. I really don't want to set that recording up all over again. But long story short, at the very end, once you kill the waves, you would put him in on the side just to attack the boss and nuke down the boss. It's not his main location. He's not great here, but I end up using Silas in the run in this run, and you could just instead of using Silas, you could use him, or you could use both. This is what the run's supposed to look like. So put it down, kill both of them, despawn, wait for the next guy, wait for the shriek, then wait for the rolling boulder. I feel like I should edit this out, but I'm not going to.
Form, let's see if they can resist my their souls are mine to take. Bring it on! Die, be dead!
Virna nukes.
Music is a shield.
You can use anybody in that Virna spot, as long as it's an AoE. Should be able to kill everybody there. It's a little harder on 20, but for 19 it should be fine. Wait for everybody here, nuke them again. And then last wave. And you're going to see here, I dropped down the Silas to help kill the boss. Instead of dropping the Silas over here, like we have 111 cost, probably in the square right above the vortex, you would want to drop the Arrogance there, facing into the boss, and then you'd be fine. You still want him to come through and be hitting Isolde, but... Or if your Isolde ends up one higher, you could put him behind her, but you probably won't be able to do that. But yeah, that's probably how you end up doing this with him. And then instead of doing the run again, because I don't have it set up,
How sweet victory tastes.
for Gear Aid 3, I'm already using Zilla 2 in that comp, and I guess I'll just show you the run for that. So let's go Gear Aid 3. Unfortunately for Gear Aid 3, I don't have a Piercer Lord, and I don't have a Cetrum, so I can't do 19. This is another one that's really annoying to manual. So instead of manualing it, basically you need to put stuff on both sides, and you need to kill the boss in the middle. So we got 2 snipers on either side, and then we have Zilla 2 in the middle. Basically, let's just pretend that Zilla 2 is him, because they're going to do the exact same job. But that's how I would use them. Having him in there, helping kill these adds, his ultimate, when it procs, is going to do extra damage, and is going to be able to reach the boss. Plus, you don't have to worry about timing it, because it's automatic. And it's AoE, so honestly, it would probably be better than having Zilla 2 in there, because they both burn, and it would kill these adds way faster. Actually, maybe what we'll do is we'll show you both. And as much as I don't want to remanual it, I do think he would be better here than her. So
How would I celebrate if I was still inhuman?
curious to see the difference in what they do, even though she has better gear. Keep that. So she comes in at number 4 with 3 million, but we probably don't kill the boss there without her. The majority of our damage, Silas is decked out gear-wise, but the majority of the damage is the 2 flanks. And they're killing the side waves, so that's where most of the damage is coming from. So let's try it again, but we'll try it with him. Zilla 2 out. Put Arrogance in. Now the question is, I haven't manualed this one in so long. Can we get it right? So go here. Here.
Deep calls.
Behold thy dread lord.
His ultimate does take a little longer, but hopefully it's okay.
Let shadows can't hide you. Thirsty much.
As long as Calypso doesn't die before we get our healer down, we'll be okay. Yeah, looks like we're fine. Let's put her in. We gotta put Nixon on the right. We should have, I'm actually missing somebody here. In the run I did it with previously, I had Comet down here. We didn't really need him, but it's definitely safer with him than without him. It's fine though, we'll just throw Maul down there. Unfortunately my Maul's only 5-star.
Blessings upon you.
It's not ideal.
Their souls are mine to take.
For shadows can't hide you.
So all we have to do is time the wave on the left, her ultimate, with being able to nuke those guys, and we'll be fine. You can see the boss is already almost dead. Oh, he's getting melted. That's actually crazy. I don't think I've ever seen the boss go down that fast.
Now die and be damned.
So we'll nuke that wave. And this run just got really easy. So you want to see how good he is for GR3? There you go. Just made Zilla 2 look weak. Let's put him in there. Hopefully this isn't a problem. So I forgot to put him in. No, we're still good. We just have to wait for that wave to start moving.
Our shadows can't hide.
Yeah, pretty easy.
I'm not the fish out of water. You are.
Actually shocked how fast he took the boss down there. Because he's hitting the boss with the AoE instead of getting distracted, and by the ads, the boss just goes down right away. So actually did less damage, which is kind of funny. Quite a bit less damage, actually. But you could see just visually how fast the boss went down there in comparison to the previous run. So I'll definitely be leaving it like that. And then we'll move on. Next up, where else do I use them? We use them in Artifact Raid. This one he's already in. I'm going to be trying to clear 18 tonight. I will try and get a video to you as soon as possible. My current problem is that he's too squishy and Zill2's too squishy, so when Salazar gets his ultimate, even though they're 2 tiles away, they just get one shot on 18. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I guess I have to make them tankier, but here's my 17 run.
For mother.
So we put her on this side. Put him on this side, both 2 tiles away.
Mother's
And you can see the boss is already half dead. We put other tanks in just to make sure they can't get by, but it's really fast now. The only thing I have to be able to do is keep everybody alive on the next stage, and I should be able to rip through that. So crazy fast. They just melt the boss. Zillitu kind of stealing the show, but again, that's courtesy of her gear. And she's single target, so she should probably do more on this boss, but he'll be very similar. And it's quite nice that you can put them further away because you can put a tank or a fighter in between them and layer your damage like that. It works out really well. And then finally is Arena. And I actually, depending on the mode, you could definitely use him in Arena. I think he's actually would be decent in today's mode. I'm a little worried that he might be too squishy, but we'll try him out. Who do we want to hit? Let's try this one first. Currently I have Wrath in there. It definitely makes my team worse. Taking her out just because her gear is so much better. But at least he gets the buff from Wrath. So let's do that. He will be very good in that spot still. Especially because he's got an AoE, whereas she's single target. So what I've been doing up here is I've been going a tank here. She has the artifact that increases the block rate, which actually is in the current Captain Reeve event, which is quite nice. And then I've been going Silas here. And we're going to pop his ability to kill this first wave. And that'll buy us some time. We'll put him in behind because he's squishy, so we don't want him to die. Fortunately, we lost the round. I didn't see what happened there. Generally, we actually don't lose that round, so... Could have just been the Setrum. And this guy got by. This was the worst showcase ever. I'm not sure how he got by exactly. And I don't think in this mode, I don't think it times out. So I think we're just stuck here. I don't really want to lose the fight. So, well, I guess he'll kill it eventually. Oh, they did time it out good. I don't know how they gave me the win on that, but I'll take it. Alright, let's pop Silas. Blow this wave up. Although he's using his ultimate again. But the wave's already down. Nice. It's very hard to showcase him when someone like Silas is stealing the show. Like, Silas did damage on the first wave and the second wave. Or I guess that was the third wave. But even still, he did very well there. Like, he did way more than Wrath. Chipped in 3 million, more than anybody on the enemy team. Pretty impressive. Let's try it again. I'm not really sure. I think I might have to put Wrath down first to make sure that that Salamander doesn't get by. We only have one more fight, though. Then we'll wrap things up. exact same thing. What I could potentially do is run both him and Zilla too. I just don't know if I can keep him alive. Because against really high-end opponents, he struggles a little bit. Like this, my Wrath struggles a little bit, and my Wrath is quite tanky. Now we can put him in. So because we're putting him in at the end, his damage is going to suffer a little bit. But it just means we don't have to worry about one of those guys sneaking by. Wave's dead. Like, we just destroyed that wave. I don't know what this guy's game plan is down here. Somebody must have died. But we get the burns on these guys going, and Burn's just going to melt them. That combined with Silas. Although that guy's not burned anymore. It'd be nice to get the AoE burn off now. There it is. So he just died all on his own.
The sun's power shines through.
Yeah, pretty clean. I think a great option for this. Probably a better option than Zilla 2 here. He ended up doing less damage here, but that's because we put him down last. So we put Wrath down first. But yeah, all in all, I'm actually so happy I got him. It's going to be really nice. What I am really excited to do is for floors where you have like 2 tanks out front, you can put your 2 tanks down, then you can put your 2 fighters in behind. Now that I have 2 fighters that are ranged in him and Zilla 2. So dropping them behind the tanks means they're perfectly safe. They don't have to be tanky. And they can just kind of shoot over the top and kill everything. It makes it very fun and very safe. I will touch on his awakenings really fast because I don't have mine awakened yet. And we'll touch on his artifact. I currently have Eye of Sin on him. I think it's a pretty good option. If you have Salazar, then you're running him in Clan Boss, then running Scarlet Hunt is a great option. And there's another one I was thinking that you could put on him. I can't remember what it is. Talk about Scarlet Hunt. This one. Crystal Vileness, I think would be a great option as well. I would probably run Crystal Vileness if I had it, but I don't have a copy yet, so those are your options. In terms of awakenings, if you can get him A1, it's actually very important. When in Berserker stance, all basic attacks restore 5% HP, so all of a sudden he's got self-sustain, and makes him a lot easier to use in somewhere like Clan Boss. So I wish I had an A1 for him. Unfortunately, I do not. Makes him very hard for me to use in Clan Boss. But his A1 makes him ridiculously good. He also gets 15% crit damage on the second one, which is always nice, getting more damage. And then if they have a burn, you get another 15% damage. The rage regen to keep his uptime on his ultimate would be really nice as well. And then finally, immediately receives max attack speed, talent bonus. The first 5 attacks deal extra damage as well. So his awakenings are very, very good if you happen to get an A1 through A5 version of him. But if not, he's good all on his own. You have to be a little more careful about keeping him alive if you don't have your A1. So keep that in mind. If anybody has any questions, feel free to let me know down in the comment section down below. This video went on a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to try and get my hands on the other 2 banner units from this event, and hopefully they're up tomorrow and the next day. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now, guys.